Right. Justin, how are you feeling right now after the victory?
Great, fantastic. Like I feel like I got in a fight. I'm just really happy. We've made a lot's happened in my life, and this year has been a collective of a lot of bad years to like turn around to really have some amazing things happen. And I did it. My team did it, and the help of the fans and a lot of really cool media people that I see looking at that have always followed me, and then the ones that didn't follow me, I'll talk to you later.
Considering the stakes in this fight, is this the biggest win of your career, do you think?
No, it is not the biggest win of my career. It's the biggest number one of my career because I think the biggest win of my career was when I returned to 25, and I think that a lot of people had heard me say things, like, oh, give me a chance, let me fight at flyweight and I can show you what I'm made of. And everybody's like, whatever, she's not that good, she lost a bantamweight. I weighed out at 136 just a minute ago. I'm not that big of a girl. I tried, I didn't succeed, and I look at it as like, you have a sprinter and a long distance runner. I was trying to run a long distance race while I was a sprinter, and I'm so thankful for the chance to have given a second chance at my career. It's something I believe that I've been put on this earth to help people believe in themselves and to never stop, when they're down and the world's just kicking them down, media's kicking them down, people are telling them they're not supposed to be doing it, and then they just keep going, and then all of a sudden those wins start to collect up again. And I feel like I'm there, and I'm really proud of that. And if you guys aren't proud of that and start giving me some love, then that's how I feel about you.
I was going to ask, do you feel like public opinion is changing? Because you said it, you said just give me flyweight, and you've delivered. Do you feel like opinion is changing, or do you still feel like it's you against the world in some ways?
It's me against the world. It's always going to be that way. I was once told a long time ago, I'm a hillbilly girl that would never amount to anything from Cleveland, Ohio, and well, this hillbilly's doing great things. So Beverly Hillbilly just showed up.
What do you have to do to get the respect you feel you deserve?
I'm never going to get what I feel I deserve, isn't that what keeps expectation high and keeps you driving, for the better things? So it's probably never going to be what I want. I'm a hard worker, and no matter what it is, I'm always going to keep striving to be better. But I do feel I've earned my right to get a title shot. I have earned my chance at whoever has that title to be given a chance to, change my life and to help other people, maybe see my story and see some of the things that I've been through, and they might maybe make that decision to go for that job they always wanted, or go for that guy they always wanted, or go for that girl, or, go and do something that they felt that, everyone told them they couldn't do or wouldn't do because it wasn't there, but then they created it. So, my name holds true, I believe. I created the I believe slogan. When you say I believe, obviously it's my last name, but when you say it to yourself, it's a chant to yourself that lets you know, like, I believe. You can look in the mirror and that I believe is you. So I believe in me, and I hope that other people will use me to believe in themselves, and if they don't, then hey, whatever. I'm still doing me anyway. So.
Will you accept anything other than a title shot?
No.
Just that.
No, why? Why? What? You guys help, all right? I do all the interviews. Anytime any of you have ever reached out to me, I am the kindest person. I know I'm a fighter. Like, that's what it is that I do, but, like, I have Shih Tzus at home. I love cooking. I'm a kind person, but it is a job to me, and I'm trying to change my life. I'm a single girl that pays all my own bills, and I've dedicated my full life to this. I need to make some money. Who can retire off fighting if you don't make it to the highest level? And at this point, I feel I deserve it. I have weathered every storm. I have never said no to any fight that the UFC has ever given to me, and I've also been kind of thrown around. Like, people have like, oh, Jessica, you get the Page fight, then no, that's not there. And you get the Sarge fight, then that's not there. And then, one more fight, and you get to fight the bantamweight title, and then you don't get that. So it's like, I did it, guys. Like, help. You're the media sources. That comes from you too. Just like you sit here and you interview all of us and you show up, help us fighters sometimes. Help the good people. Promote the good things. You have that voice. Do something good with it too.
If you get a title shot, who would you want to face?
don't care, man. I never care who I fight. Like, the task at hand is always whoever they put in front of me, and, you know, we work towards it. I think one of the questions I keep getting, and I'll help answer it for you, is everybody's like, oh, you go to these split decisions. What about the way these girls are fighting me? No, they don't engage me. At what point have you seen in any of these fights that people don't, as soon as I put that, you know, my hands up and I give them that evil eye, that they start backing up? I'm doing the best that I can. I'm working on every fault that I have, because believe me, everything you guys say, good and bad, not even just you, but other people, that I listen and I take the positive and the negatives and I go back and I fix it. I've been working on my wrestling with so many amazing young boys that aren't, you know, they're doing it just for the fun of it and to be involved with me, and they're helping me and I'm learning it. You know, I'm getting better every time. I'm showcasing more, am I not? You know, every time I go on the fight, I'm kicking more, I'm punching more, I'm elbowing more. Like, you wanted to see me evolve, and I'm evolving. You know, and I'm also growing up as a young lady. I'm 32, so I'm not a spring chicken. I'm a middle-aged chicken.
If Valentina wins tonight, how do you think stylistically you match up against her?
I think we're different styles. I mean, again, you know, like, it's so hard to say that, because you always say, like, oh, so how do you style it? Like, we always talk about it leading up to it, then you get in the fight and you're like, wait a minute, they didn't do anything like we thought they were going to do, right? Like, because they go, wait a minute, she's a striker, so maybe I shouldn't do that. You know, if you sometimes go blow for blow, it can be 50-50, you know? And I think this time Katlyn thought I was going to wrestle her, and she did a lot of backing up. I couldn't see the takedown the way that I wanted to, but I used to get inside to use some of my clinch work. And use some of the elbows, the knees. I knew that she was, when I put a couple hard shots on her, that she was going to revert to her kicks, those like long kicks, because that's her longest weapon, right? Her arms. She realized her reach wasn't working with her punches, so she had to use her legs, which we all know that Katlyn had longer legs. And it worked, you know what I mean? Like, it did a couple of times, but we adjusted, and I've got an incredible corner that I just, like, the world could be screaming all these things, but I hear those three guys so much, you know, through all of it.
Did it help having Stipe here this week as well, like you served the autograph thing?
I love the big guy. I love the big guy, man. We started a journey when, you know, back in 2007 when MMA wasn't anything, and in this small little rinky-dink, you know, NAAFS in Cleveland, Ohio, and, you know, here's this big guy that's just killing people, and then here's, like, his, you know, best friend, you know, little girl that's like, what's this chick doing? Why is she fighting? So it's always good to see him here. I'm so proud of him, and he's such a great guy. And I heard him going into the second round, like, use that jab. And I was like, yep, okay, I'm not using the jab enough, because Stipe wouldn't be yelling at me if I wasn't using something. So it always does.
It's tough to hear back here. Did you call Joe Rogan out for staring at your butt? Is that what...
Well, yeah, I mean, man, how you gonna look at my butt sometimes and never have me on your podcast and get some publicity out there for me? So yeah, man, if you're gonna look at my butt, at least bring me on your podcast and talk to my face. Yeah, don't you remember in the I think it was the Leslie Smith fight, maybe? I was unchanging, but back when you used to be able to wear your own stuff, and Joe was like, and that's when I was at 35, so I was a little bit extra thicker, so, I mean, it was definitely pretty funny. I think that's why he kind of laughed about it, because he was like, I did check her butt out once or twice.
You think Joe will finally get you on the podcast?
He better. I mean, I think so, because he definitely went over to my corner and gave them a high five, and then he started laughing at me, so, hey, you know, I thought it was funny.
Is the plan still going forward to not have a manager? It seems like you like to be able to control your own destiny in that regard.
It's kind of weird, right? Like, it's old school time, guys, when my stitch is coming out. Yeah, you know, I don't know what's going to happen with me manager-wise. You know, like, I mean, I don't feel like I need someone in the MMA industry. Anybody want to help me? Or, like, I don't want an MMA manager. I'd love to do some, like, other things, you know, in the world. Like, I'd love to be on, like, a sitcom or something, or, you know, something cool like that. That would be fun, you know, or, you know, do something different. I mean, it doesn't have to be movies or anything like that, but, you know, I did renegotiate my own contract with Dana myself. I went in and asked him previously to this fight that I wanted a title shot, and he told me no. So, I mean, hey, at least I asked myself, and not paying someone 10% of my money to go ask the same question I can ask myself. So, as of right now, you know, I got a really good group of people around me, and we'll see where it goes. Maybe someone will spin my mind and be really incredible, and I want to give them a portion of my life. Because, hey, they're taken from Athena, all right? And Athena, if you don't know, that's my little shih tzu, you know, and she deserves the best. She's here. I can't wait to see her when I get home, and nobody takes food out of her mouth.